we make mistakes every day. So why not? We're not That's what I call things go the way I am at those days.
Yeah, this we're very authentic. Okay. John, yes, that. Street sweeper. Our neighbor bought one.
And now, here's the host of the Recovery Alley, Jeff Neenstead.
Hey, folks, we're here at the Tow Show in Las Vegas, Nevada at the South Point Arena, and I have the pleasure of having probably one of the best platforms when it comes to towing and dispatching in the industry. I have three lovely ladies here from TowBooks. I'm a TowBook user myself, and I've already talked to Annette, Allison, and Kendall. It was a little scary when I made the transition, being a low-tech redneck in a high-tech world. And I'm going to tell you what, they're onboarding people, walk me through everything I screwed up trying to do it myself. So the support when it comes with TowBooks is next to none. I mean, it's a chat version. The responses are come in a reasonable amount of time, and it's a great bunch of people they got over there. Annette, you're in charge of onboarding.
Yep.
Allison, you're going to be one of the customer service directors, and we've got Kendall, who is their director of marketing. So explain just how quick the onboarding goes with TowBooks.
Oh, onboarding is fun, actually. Now, do I talk into this camera or do
No,
I
right
talk?
here.
Okay. All right.
Hey, look, that's what did I tell you about life? It's good. This is good stuff. So always
I'm a
look
little
at the
nervous.
camera. You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Don't be nervous.
Okay.
Get her some drinks, folks.
Yeah, geez, I'm going to turn red. Onboarding's fun, actually. We can start your account. We can teach you how to do everything within a few, like I would say 30 minutes is the least amount I've ever done. We could drag it out.
Some people like me, it might take a little more than 30
Sometimes
minutes.
it does. That's okay, though. I like those types of interactions.
Everybody's a
but
challenge in life, and usually it's me.
sometimes people are challenged with technology. That's okay. That's what we're there for, because I can tell you right now, I can barely put gas in my car. So, I rely on people like you to do that, and you can rely on people like me to help you with your onboarding. So.
Yeah, I it's like I said, y'all have taken the industry by storm. I've had several people approach me. I told you my story before, and even after I switched to TowBooks, I'm at a lot of tow shows and stuff, and everybody's wants to say they're better than TowBooks, and I don't see it. I don't see it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's just like with anything, because y'all are testing your platform all the time for holes. Always, because we're collecting a lot of data.
Yep.
And we need to protect it, so we're relying on TowBooks to protect that. And there are some times when we'll get a message that says, "Hey, we're having a little issue," and it comes back real quick. But I honestly think that's part of y'all's testing. We all know that there's been some issues. So TowBooks, your data is extremely safe with TowBooks, which makes me happy, because I know that my customers that I've been dealing with for 25 years, I know that their information is correct. And you think about, what kind of information are you going to have that's it's a tow truck, and I said, when you start collecting VIN numbers, license plate numbers, addresses, in today's day and age, That's huge to keep that stuff protected.
Right.
And I believe your data is extremely safe with TowBooks. And Kendall, I feel like you wanted to say something on that.
Yeah. So TowBook invests heavily in our infrastructure and our cybersecurity. We take that very, very seriously. We also have a third party that monitors all of our security and data. They also do the monitoring for Fortune 500 companies like GM Financial. And we also regularly invest in third party companies who do penetration testing with TowBook. So penetration testing is where a company comes in and they basically will
They try to crack your wall
yes,
and get in.
they want to break your software. They want to find any vulnerability you can find. And so we regularly invest in that. And so they'll come back. If they find anything, they'll let us know and we fix it right away. And then they conduct another pen test to make sure, okay, they've fixed this, it's secure, we can move on and keep going. So we do that regularly. That's a regular part
And what we're talking about right now, possibly the everyday guy in the towing industry might not think about data security.
right. It's very important.
That's why you need to have a quality company like TowBook
Yes.
that's already thinking about that stuff before you ever start using the software.
Right.
Yes.
So and it's a huge deal. And so Allison, you're in charge of customer experience, right?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you about my experience. It's been great.
Awesome.
So,
We're so happy
again,
to
like
hear
I
that.
said, I'm a low tech redneck in a high tech world, and when this stuff came to me, I was like, and my worries were, okay, so not necessarily if we lose the software goes down, but what happens when I lose internet, which has nothing to do with y'all. So there's a lot of things I had to think about when I was doing it, and you made it easier for me to make decisions moving forward because I'm not a man of change. And it made it a little easier for me to take that risk to make the change because my experience was so good with y'all.
Aw.
And I mean, essentially, the platform sells itself.
Mhm.
But what exactly we do with the customer experience?
So our customer experience begins anywhere from when you start the free trial. So going along with Kendall
And
and the
I'm
brand.
an interrupt now,
Yeah.
folks. All you got to do is go to TowBook.com and click the free trial.
Yep.
It's that simple. You can literally be up and operating in minutes.
Yes.
Minutes.
Yeah, minutes.
Yep.
So
For
I'm
sure.
sorry.
No, you're totally fine. So as soon as you start the free trial, we have a team dedicated to setting up and contacting you to learn about your business, welcome you into TowBook, find out what you're here to use it for. Some people use it for just a recovery job. Some use it for managing their impounds. Some use it for everything because we are a one-stop shop software
Correct,
to help
'cause
you
y'all
manage.
integrate with QuickBooks and everything else.
Yes.
So all your books, your payroll, everything could go through TowBook.
Yes, one-stop shop. So then we have our onboarding team that Annette leads, and we get you set up with an account manager if you need to. Some people, like you said, can get up and running within minutes. Other people take a little longer to love through the process, and we love doing that. Our motto is always give us a couple minutes and we'll help change your life. But first, we need to earn your trust because with any software, we're looking for the long haul. We want to have the relationship with you. And like you said, some people do take longer. And Kendall and I were account managers from the beginning
yeah.
as well. And we'd have some customers that they'd be like, all right, we need to be live right now. We'd make it happen, whatever that took. Other customers, it's a year and we're still loving them, having the weekly call, getting them ready, getting them comfortable. So it just depends on your company and where you are. You guys are busy running. So to expect you to sit down and make everything happen, get your drivers trained, we have a whole team to take that off your shoulders. We can train your dispatchers, we can train your drivers, we can train your accountants.
Yeah, and my dispatchers love it. I mean, you've got so many features in TowBook, and there's just more coming all the time. What was really good for us is you get these people that call you and say, I'm broke down and I need a tow. Where you at? I'm on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
That'd
All
be
right.
me.
Yep.
So
I have no idea.
where on the side of the road are you? And
I don't
and a lot of times we start saying, so what do you see around? But now, hold on. Let me send you a locate. And you click a button and boom, you get a very close general location of where that person's at. And once you have that general location, you can start talking to them again and you can narrow in your the roadside ISO,
Yes.
which is really cool. It helps collect reviews and all kinds of stuff that you could actually integrate into your Google, so you can get those reviews right onto the internet.
Yep.
So I mean, there's usually, and when you have that bad customer that gives you a hard time, you could actually flag his phone number.
Yes,
The
exactly.
problem customer.
We
call
we
it.
do have some. There's very particular people in this world. I don't want to lose their business, and
Right.
sometimes you have to. So I mean, literally, you could go in and put notes in that the customer will never see.
Yes.
Mhm.
But I just, what features am I missing right now? Because you integrate with the Giro, you integrate with Samsara, you integrate with uh, Geico.
All the motor
You-
clubs.
Okay, yeah, it's just easier
Yep.
to say you integrate with everybody.
Yep.
So,
And then
you're
Square for the credit card processing.
Correct.
Also Auto Data Direct for your lien information.
that's a one, and it's one. So let's go. You mentioned a good buddy Matt over at Auto Data Direct. So every state's a little different.
Yes.
When we're doing our lien forfeiture paperwork and stuff, so they tailor your paperwork to your state's rules and regulations. Keeps you out of trouble with
Yeah.
with that, and even I had a problem with my guys filling out inventory sheets. I don't care that the police inventory it. I want my guys to inventory it, because I guarantee you, I can take that police officer's inventory sheet and my driver's inventory sheet, and I guarantee you there's way more. So I
Yes.
wanted a form. And I mean, it probably 3 days, I had my form back.
Yeah.
And it's just that quick. You've tailored several different documents just for me at my business.
Mhm.
So I can only imagine how many of those you've tailored for your customers. Not to mention, it's like we were just talking about. You're basically worldwide, because I think you said you're in Canada, Malaysia, South Africa, America, Australia. So I mean, it doesn't lie. It doesn't lie with the amount of customers. And what was a staggering number about trial downloads and stuff? How many are y'all doing? What'd you say, a day?
We're getting between 35 and 45 new free trials a day.
So I mean, you start adding that up through the week.
Yep.
Y'all are taking the industry by storm, and for good reasons. It's a great, solid, safe platform. I can't say enough about it. Is there anything you want to add about what your favorite stuff is with TowBook?
One of the things that I want to add just as part of my role is our 24/7 live support. So whether it's 4 o'clock in the morning and your driver's having a problem with their app, they can either call in over our phone number, or they can chat, or they can send us an email. And we have a live person in Michigan. We're all locally based. You're not going to get somebody overseas, and we're incredibly proud about that. And we'll help you through the process, whether it's pushing your QuickBooks, you have an invoice, you have an impound, anything that you need with the system, you can call us day or night. We literally are working when you guys are working.
Right. So the technology is quirky.
Mhm.
And we have had times that it wasn't TowBook. It was something
Oh,
with
boy.
the driver's phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we bounce back and forth between Android and Apple and all that stuff. They're completely different platforms. So, and yes, y'all straightened out several problems just with the driver, because we sit there and he's like, look what it's doing. And I'm like, what do you want me to do?
You're not tech
There's
support.
a lot
We
of
are.
troubleshooting that happens every
Yes.
day at TowBook.
So, I mean, yeah, it's just, you've got an amazing crew of people. Y'all have grown so
Oh, yeah.
much.
Exponentially.
Yes.
I've been with you since 2000, I believe it's 2017 is when I made the
wow.
switch.
Yeah.
So y'all
You've
were-
been there a while.
Y'all had only been going. I know there was some beta testing and some stuff like that.
Yeah,
But-
we're 17 years strong from the very
Yeah,
beginning.
we started January 1st, 2007.
Well, yeah, I think that
We were a
I think the tow
baby.
show I was telling you
Yeah,
about
no
was
baby.
Nobody
probably
knew us.
2011.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I told him a story. I'm like I said, I'm scared to change. I was using a different platform, and my son's going to kill me. My son took upon himself to go to a tow show in Texas, and just to go talk to TowBooks, because
Aww.
my son, he's kind of techie,
Yeah.
knew I had a problem. I didn't see the problem, but
Right.
my son's like, and he's talking to the drivers. He said, "This stuff is going to be so cool. I'm gonna get Dad to do it."
We get that a lot, actually.
So-
The next generation
Yep.
coming up in the
and
business.
you know what?
Convincing
Now
their
I
dads.
learned to embrace that.
Yes.
But he went to the show, was talking to TowBooks, and calls me on speakerphone. He says, "Hey, Dad, I'm sitting here talking with TowBooks. I'm like, you on speakerphone?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "You better get me off." But anyways, hindsight's 2020. Because I mean, just a couple of years after that, the platform I was using was not working anymore. We were doing more and more impounds and accidents. I don't do any private property stuff, and I know that TowBooks is
Mhm.
phenomenal when it comes to the private property stuff and managing the lot, managing multiple lots.
Yes.
So, and I mean, just the amount of assets that you can put in there, I love where now. Before I had three tickets coming from a guy because on the other platform I was still using paper tickets with it. That's
Oh.
just how old fashioned I am. I
Yeah.
didn't even trust that. But now you got all this stuff, and if I've got, we do a lot of heavy duty stuff. If I got 5 assets on a job, click, click, click. You add your assets. It's there. You got your driver. Then when you're all done, you've got your commissions already worked up.
Yes.
If everything's set up correctly, and if it's not, these girls will definitely get it set up correctly. But it's just like you said, it's a one-stop shop. And I like I said, I can't tell you, it's great. I love it.
Thank you.
So we have at the show today, TowBooks is here. What booth are y'all in?
1102.
Booth 1102. You can't miss it. It's going to be the one that's got the crowd around it. Okay, looking at all the pretty girls. Go check them out. If you're not at the show and you haven't looked at TowBooks, go on and go to TowBook.com.
Yep.
And just click that free trial. This is what's cool. I was waiting when I clicked the free trial to ask for a credit card.
Oh, never.
And so
Never.
that needs to tell
Yeah.
you something
Yes.
right there. Almost any free trial I run into now, when I click start the free trial, the first thing they ask for is a credit card. So I mean, I was gonna put my credit card number in because you can't go forward, but that's the first thing I noticed about TowBook is they didn't ask for that credit card. Now I got a phone call from somebody asking is there anything you want to do, and I don't know, I got this. So when I went in and screwed up my whole TowBooks, and I called the phone number in Michigan. I wish I've got her number written down on my desk at my office. I'm sure she's climbed up somewhere through the company, and it was just this personal connection, and she got to know my personality, and she got to know I'm hard to handle sometimes.
Yeah.
And she's like, don't worry, it's real easy. So it's just like I said, I can't say enough about the experience with all your employees. And every point of it, whether it's the onboarding, whether it's a customer service, whether it's troubleshooting, y'all have made an almost flawless platform for the towing industry.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
We appreciate
So,
that.
I really appreciate y'all taking the time to come and talk to
of
us.
course.
Thank you for having us.
Like I said, I just really want to get the word out there about TowBooks. When I find something that's good, I want to let everybody know about it. So make sure you go check out TowBooks over at the show if you're here today. If not, remember TowBook.com. Click on that free trial. It's going to change the way you do business,
Yes.
and it's going to make things a whole lot easier. So that's it for TowBooks today. And everybody
Thank you so
remember,
much.
Thank you.
come back and see us on Recovery Alley.